this rock canyon carved by the hands of Robert Dunsmuir himself. Here's the map for my hike, most of which was just outside the western boundary of Goldstream Provincial Park on southern Vancouver Island. My full hike that day started at Humpback Road, the bottom red circle on the map, and went all the way up to Arbutus Creek Canyon, the top red circle on the map. This is from milepost 10.7 to milepost 14.9. That's 4.2 miles one way, and my total hike in kilometers was 13.4 kilometers return. Because of all the fabulous scenery that I saw during my hike and all the incredible areas of historical significance that I was interested in, I ended up with far too much video to include in just one video, so I needed to break it into two. This here video is the northern part of my hike, and it goes from roughly mile 13.5, the bottom circle in the middle of the map, up to mile 14.9, which is Arbutus Creek Canyon. In this video, the attractions center around two different creeks and their canyons. Niagara Creek, roughly at mile 14, and Arbutus Creek at mile 14.9. Niagara Creek had three different points of interest for me, as well as the current cantilever bridge, which is popularly known as the Goldstream Trestle. South of the crossing is the location of the old Niagara siding, and I was interested in this mainly because it was removed just as the railway was opening. I'm also interested in the original grades for the original trestle that crossed Niagara Creek, and both the north end and south end original grades are visible and can be explored. And I had a lot of fun in these areas. On the north side, there was a nice grassy grade that was visible from the current line. On the south side, there is a fabulous rock cut that was very well hidden from the current line, and that was a lot of fun to explore. At Arbutus Creek Canyon, the attraction for me, besides the current steel trestle, which is very beautiful, is the original grade on the north side of the canyon, which used to lead to the original wooden trestle, removed over 100 years ago. So, coming up soon should be the Niagara Creek Bridge, one of the Instagram hotspots on southern Vancouver Island. And then this straightaway here is likely the site of the Niagara siding. An old chart that I have says it was removed in August '86. Now that chart was done in the mid-1970s. So that means it was removed August 1886, which tells me it was primarily used for storing items for construction of the line. So somewhere along here, because this is nice and straight, and room for a siding here on the west side. I'm assuming this is the place where the Niagara siding was. Yeah, could have been a siding running through here. Again, my theory is it was where they stored things during construction of the railway as they worked their way to the bridges or trestles. Just an unproven theory. Coming up here on the left should be a spot where the original grade to the original trestle branched off. So there should be a gap in the rock cut leading to another rock cut. And that was used until 1912 when the cantilever truss bridge was brought over here from Cisco in the Fraser River. Yeah, here is the gap right here. So right through there. I'm going to explore that on my way back. So, coming around the corner, how many Instagrammers will be on the bridge? We will find out. Yay, the bridge is clear. I'm a happy boy. Through there on the left, behind those rocks, is the original rock cut, going to the original trestle. But now I'm on the 1912 line. Mile 14, the Niagara Creek Canyon Bridge, crossing northbound. Oh yeah! At the north end of Niagara, I want to explore in there when I get back, looking for evidence of the old railway grade that would have gone to the original trestle. Alright, let's continue on to Arbutus, just under a mile away. Now I gotta crank it up and head for Arbutus. Makes some lovely noise. Here's the spot where they used to remove maintenance vehicles off the line. And this lovely rock cut coming up. Wow. Here I am at Arbutus Canyon. So glad I've come here. One of my favorite spots on the island. This is just my third time here. I love this. Okay, it's time to cross Arbutus Canyon Trestle. This is a deck plate girder trestle supported by steel trestle towers, and I'm going northbound. Oh yeah! looking south at Arbutus and heading north. In through there, and I'll come out through this path, is part of the original grade. The original approach to the original trestle, and I like saying the word original. And I haven't really determined when this steel trestle was built. Probably sometime similar to the 1912 steel bridge installation at Niagara, give or take 10 years. But coming up here on the left is where the original grade was, and I like to always go down it. It's a nice walk in history. The rails were all removed, and then rails were installed just for a short distance. I'm going to guess and say in the 1980s for storing maintenance cars when they were doing a rehabilitation project on the Arbutus Trestle. Again, give or take 10 or 15 years on that 1980s guess for the rails. But the switch is gone. But here's the end of rails here on the left. Okay, let's walk into history onto the 1880s grade. Guarded by Mr. Dunsmuir's own broom plants. You could probably call those the Craig Derrick broom. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. This spot is made for photographs. So here's what it looks like in this original Arbutus grade. There's the main line through there on the right. And here I am working it. I kept on going straight past the Arbutus trees, you'd be in Arbutus Canyon. This is one of those spots that's hard for me to get to. I don't get here all that often. This is the third time I've been here. And so I want to make the most of the opportunity. And I don't want to get home, look at these things and think, oh, I could have tried this angle. So I'm going to try a few different things. I'm going to get past this dead arbutus here and go low to the ground and see what it looks like with all the moss with the live arbutus background. Okay, now let's see what it is like up there. I'm glad I climbed up here. Wow. Now the fun part of carefully getting back down. To quote a friend of mine, I'm not a gazelle anymore. I gotta be careful. Oh, this is so beautiful. I'm glad I went the extra mile, literally, times 2 to get back, to come up here to Arbutus Creek. Such a beautiful area. Current trestle, you can barely see through the arbutus trees in the middle of the frame. It's pretty obvious why the creek and canyon are named Arbutus.
I keep on seeing photo compositions like between these two moss-covered trees. Goodbye once again to one of my favorite spots on Vancouver Island. I like the fact that it's so close and easy to get to from the main line, but so hidden. Okay, I've finished my break here. Looking north. And let's cross southward. This is one of the poor ties right there, and I'm standing on a poor one as well. Most bad order ties. Not too many of them. Okay, until next time, Arbutus Canyon. What a lovely, lovely structure. Lovely setting. Okay, continue to head south, Niagara. Time to explore and look for the north side old grade, if it can be found. Here's Niagara. Up here on the right is where I'm going to go and explore, off the north end of the Niagara Bridge. I might find something, I might not. I don't know. I think this is the grade, nice and level. Going that way, and then it would just be trestle work to get to the creek. So this could be it. So there's the E&N current grade. Bit of a swampy area. I'm pretty sure right through in the middle ground of my photo, just behind the swampy area, was the original grade. It wouldn't have been this far west. Okay, I'm coming at what I think is the original grade coming up. I'm approaching it from the west. This mound right here, just because it has the nice clear line built up and it would go through there. I suppose I can look down here, see if there's any abutment evidence or any pilings. But it's been 109 years. Not much evidence other than this looks clearly like a nice terraced path going on down as I look towards Niagara Creek. And I'm not going to walk it down through there. It's difficult to see with all the leaves. And 109 years of cover-up. So don't think I'm going to see much in the way of pilings. I think my best evidence is the obvious grade, like here. Okay, let's climb up on what I'm presuming to be the grade. If there's ties underneath me, I'm not going to feel them. Again, 109 years of moss. So this will be the approach here. And then it just kind of terraces down as the timber bents start to go across. And looking here, there's the current bridge. So it meets the angles and stuff for this being the original approach. Matches what I've seen in photographs. It's good to walk in history. Looking north, I'm standing in what I think is the approach grade for the original trestle. There's the current line and what had gone through there. Okay, back to the main line. Just going to go north for a bit here and just follow the line of sight where I think the original came. I might be able to get to see some more of it here. Okay, so this might be where it started. Oh yeah, it is. Look at that. Perfectly straight, elevated on both sides. Oh yeah, this is nice. Yeah, there's the current grade. This is the approach grade to the old trestle. Looking behind me, yeah, it just continues. I like it when it turns out to be very obvious. And there's the current bridge through there. Straight through here to get to where the old one was. Before 1912. Looking behind me. Oh yeah, I'm on a grade. No doubt about it. Oh yeah, it's a grade. Pretty obvious this is the grade. New, old. Okay, I think I'm about done here. Looking south, there's the main line. I'm in the old grade and it matches up or meets up somewhere through there. I'll take a look at that. Well, I am so glad I made the effort to see this today. And here's where it meets up. Makes sense. This isn't an S curve, it's just going to come straight. I'll walk towards this and then turn around and we can imagine the old grade. Okay, let's turn around. Forget the current line. Pretend this is before 1912. And we're just going to go down into here. And work our way through. And now that I know what's there, it's just so obvious now. So that's the old grade. Okay, so the timber trestle would have been there. Trestle gradually getting taller as the slope increases. Crossed over there. And now the bridge. Okay, the south side of Arbutus. I'm going to walk in. I'm going to walk to the south abutment area of the old trestle. And there's the current bridge. And here's the trail. I'm almost at the old grade. Not quite yet. And there's the Instagram spot. So I'm walking west. I'm almost at the old grade. It's just over that hill. I don't have to climb the hill though. I'm happy. Just walk into it. This one, I like it because I know what I'm doing. I know where I am. And it's still such an obvious grade when I get in there. Because it looks like that. Rock cut, rocks on either side, nice narrow grade, bit of a curve. Oh wow, that's gonna be fun walking through there. I'll take you with me on that one. And it would have just gone across right through here. So, across, bit of a curve to the wooden trestle. Okay, through there is the current bridge at Niagara Creek. The way I'm facing is roughly where the trestle went. I'm on the south bank. And let's go through the original approach grade in use from probably 1884, 1885, depending on when the trestle was completed, until 1912, when the new bridge was brought over from Cisco. I like this. It's an obvious cut. Rocks and dirt. Rocks. Look at that. It's just amazing. Coming through here after you got off the trestle on the train, heading south, or just quite an interesting experience going through here northwards. All of a sudden you get used to the rock cut canyon and then you break out into the open on a magnificent trestle. This spot reminds me of the photos I've seen, just in some ways, of the The hidden cave at Sombrio Beach. I think it's just the tall rock, sheer cliff face with all the green. Maybe it's just me. This is one of those walks that's going to take me, I don't know, 10 times as long as it would if I was just walking straight. So I'm stopping and doing all sorts of photographs of beautiful things like that lovely green. It's about 1:45 p.m. on a foggy day, so there are no shadows because there is no sunlight directly. So I'm happy with good lighting in this remarkably beautiful place. If I were writing a romanticized, over-the-top historical account, I'd say something like, "This rock canyon, carved by the hands of Robert Dunsmuir himself." But I'm not. This is a remarkably beautiful spot, steeped in history. It's been 109 years since a train last ran through this rock cut. Wow. Walking down the middle, I can imagine railway ties, but 112 years, 109 years? Yeah, 109 years. That would impact the wood. I just can't leave. Having too much fun. But I have to leave in a few minutes because I want to get back to my car before it's dark. About an hour and a half of walking to do along the railway. Okay, let's try to move a few more steps and then get sidetracked by 10 more minutes of photos. I can see light at the end. I was here 2 years ago. It's the only other time I've been through here. And I remember bushwhacking at the end. And that's coming up through here. Should be fun. Looking north, I'm getting closer to the exit, but I'm not quite there yet. That's a nice easy path to follow. With all this ancient moss. Mr. Dunsmuir's path here is making me walk through a bit of a boggy area to get back to the main line. Dunsmuir's revenge. Sometimes you just have to duck and move your feet. Work your way through. Okay, I think we gotta go up and down. And right through there is the main line. I'm almost there. I'm gonna go down through there, through the mud bog. Yeah. Leaving Dunsmuir's lair. Right through there. I can make it. That's where I came from. It's like the swamp in the Dagobah system, except there's no Yoda. Well, as far as getting out of this old rock cut from the old approach grade to the main line, it's do or do not. There is no try. Okay, time to make the feet move. Haha, breakout. And that's the entrance to the south approach to the original trestle at Niagara Creek, abandoned in 1912. And there's looking north. I'm right beside the entrance to the abandoned approach. It's right through there. Right through there. And there's my path. So I don't have a lot of time for dilly-dallying on the way back, as I want to get back to my car before it's dark. Got about 90 minutes of walking, or a bit more if I'm tired. But I am interested, on the right hand side around the corner is going to be the old Niagara siding. So as I've mentioned already earlier when I was walking up here, the siding here at Niagara, the site of it, intrigues me because my records say that it was removed in August of 1886. Just when the for real action was starting. But my theory is that it was used for maintenance and building, and when they're doing all the constructing on the line. Okay, time to make some speed. You know, this has all the looks of an old structure site. So I'm looking south, looking north. Is this the Niagara siding? Was there a section house? And is this the nice level ground that it was on? So many questions.
After I finished up looking at the site of the old Niagara siding on my return leg of my hike, I had another 2 hours of hiking along the railway to get back to where I parked near Humpback Road. I was going slow because I was tired. It was a fabulous day of hiking. I was on the trail, on the railway for 9 hours, and it was a lot of fun.